Hello, welcome to the HRA League. This is round 8 at Silverstone for Division 2. I'm joined here with Cuski once again.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. It's a very overcast day at Silverstone today, by the looks of things. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe a bit of rain might spice up the race. It is also a sprint weekend for today's round. So, we'll have the short qualifying, then the sprint race, which then will decide the starting grid for the actual main race. So it'll be very interesting here. So see here, the air temp is 20 degrees Celsius, track temp's 28 degrees, and it's very overcast for the first 10 minutes, but it then changes to light cloud after 15. So maybe at the end of this qualifying session, you'll see the track ramp up and the qualifying times rapidly get quicker and quicker. So, who's out first then? Who's out first?
It seems like Swayster is out right now. One of the McLarens, Andreas. Sorry if I mispronounced any names, but we've got a few people lining up now, or heading out. It's gonna be good, obviously, like you said, if the track does heat up, and we know it will, especially if the weather, but also just more people going on it. Obviously, the track's gonna get more and more rubbered in. The times will increase throughout the session. So right now, everyone should just be chill, going out on their bankers.
Yeah. Should very be interesting. So, it says Swister is the first driver on their outlap. Then it's a McLaren behind of Andreas. So, see what times they could put in. I predict it's going to be around a 20. What do we say? 5-5.
I think it's 25-5 will be the pole time. I do believe.
Pole, so.
I know there's lots of fast guys in here. Keen's very fast. Spoony very fast. Of course. A lot of other drivers in here. Very, very rapid. So yeah, it's going to be great to see. I'm excited. Once again to see the times. MH is on track now. My personal friend, Racing Snow is also on track. Pretty much everyone's on track at this point now, I think. I think it's just two cars in the pit.
3 people in the pit lane. That's about it. 4, sorry. So, got Ernie Burney as well.
It looks like the first 2 guys have started their lap, though, as with...
Yep. Swiss is starting his lap.
Yep. And Andreas also starting his lap.
Let's see what he can do in the first sector. It'll be a 27.5 so far.
With Andreas going 1 tenth slower than him in the first sector. Like I said though, bank laps, you don't know who's pushing and who's not. Dom today cheering for Johnny. Good luck to Johnny then. From Dom, if you can hear this or he watches it back, you can wish luck.
Going through Megs and Beckett's now. Coming up to the end of the second sector. See what the split time is. It's going to be a 103.4. Okay. I think he's on for a 26. Looking at the sector times. Mercedes getting very close there from the racing line. Had to move the racing line a little bit there. So
yeah. I assume you will not be too happy with that. However, you know, just bank laps right now.
Yeah.
So.
And it is a 27.3. Okay. It's a good banker lap. Get the banker lap out of the way.
Yeah, of course.
Andreas 27.0.
Yeah.
See?
Again, good banker laps. I expect them all to get a lot faster. I know a lot of people here who are very rapid, so I'm excited to see the kind of pace they can bring out these cars, especially in these conditions. Who's going to be able to actually keep it facing the right way?
27.2. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, all good.
And I reckon in the race, the pit entrance is probably going to catch some people out, I think. So
yeah. And Jelly has invalidated and just given up on his first lap.
And MH goes full fastest with a 27.3.
A decent lap, you know, he's matching Swister there.
Oh, Fig 26.9. Okay.
That's a solid lap. Solid lap. You can see Spoony now on the end. Oh, he's touched the sausage.
Oh,
He's
that
it's not
sausage
ideal.
curb there. What's it going to be?
But it's
26.7
still
though.
it's still provisional pole position for Spoonie. Must have had a mega lap then to still hit the sausage and get pole position by 2 times.
Oh,
And then
the
it goes hammer. Beautiful lap
26.2.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, before the race, I was trying to give the Mercedes guys a little bit of coaching, and it's nice to see them up there. Genuinely,
Yeah.
you got some people coming out for their other laps now. But yeah, I mean, you can see the track's definitely ramping up. Oh, that's for sure.
Real Max Shoulders invalidated his lap time.
Ah, unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for him. We got a Williams coming round. He is. What's the time's going to be? Pole position 25.9. Provisional pole. Wow. Okay, so now we're getting into the 25s.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
can
I
see
know.
that later on in the session they're getting, obviously, the more the track's warming up, the more things are starting to work for these drivers. They
Yeah.
push the car so much harder once the track gets all rubbered in. It's great to see.
Ravens coming round now to the final corner. What will the time be? Going to across the line. It's 26.4. Puts him in provisional P3. Okay.
For a banker lap, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. There's
Yeah.
yellow flags there. Oh yeah, it's just there's someone doing brake dragging. Actually no, I think it's just out of fuel. But brake dragging, an amazing strategy for this game to get your tires into the optimal temperature. Round here on the softs, you want your tires between 95 degrees and 105 degrees. Just for the people who do not know.
Yes. Johnny R is now coming round to the last couple of corners. What lap time will this be? It's looking like a 1:27.3. So that'll put him into P10. Real Maxwell, does he do another lap? He is. And he will do a 1:26.6. Puts him up to P4. And
Maz
then
also on a lap now. He's only
So-
100 faster.
Swister just done his lap as well, I believe. That's a 26.5. We got the Alpine of MH, who's invalidated his lap.
It's quite an easy track to just understeer off and invalidate.
Yeah.
Jelly now heading out for his second run. Hopefully he can keep out of people's ways. There is
Ernie
a
Burney's on a
Williams coming
flyer.
around.
He's apparently set a purple sector 2. Let's have a look, see what time he can get in his Red Bull. Coming out into turn 16, into 17, and a final corner, turn 18. And across the line, it will be a 1:27.0. Okay.
Respectable
him up
lap
to
time, I'd
P9.
say.
Yep. That's...
Now, George.
Spoonie goes up to P2 with a 26.1. 5
Very
tenths
solid lap
improvement.
time. Now, George, it is a sprint race. Tyre strategy-wise, what do you think they should be doing? Should they be doing 1 run, 2 runs? Because you probably want a pair of softs for the sprint, because the softs will make it the full duration easily
Yeah.
of the sprint race. So
Yeah.
you're going to be very smart with your tyre strategy here, because obviously softs are just so great at this game. You will probably want to use them in the race and in the quali if you can help it.
Yeah. 100%. So it's going to be very interesting to see what people go for. People
Yeah.
might even just go onto the mediums for the sprint to save a set of softs for the race. So you never know what people are doing with their strategies. It'd be very, very interesting, I think. Very mixed strategies, I believe, as well.
Jelly is about to start his lap now. I say we ride on board with him.
Right on board of Jetty as Kiana's goes P4. We're 1:26.3. We'll jump
very
on
solid
board.
lap time from Keynes there. I think that's Maz in the chat supporting Keynes. Big W.
We'll ride on
Obviously,
board
everyone will
with
be-
Jelly. Let's see what lap time he can do. He's the last person to set a lap time.
It's nice. Nice and tight on the curbing. Very nice there.
Fairly decent exit there. What's the first
Yeah.
sector going to look like?
It's looking
He's
very
got it
solid
wide
from what I
open.
can see. He's got the line almost perfect.
27.3 so far. Into 5th gear. down into 4th.
Get on the power nice and early round here.
See, is he going to hold Cop's Corner flat out?
That is the question.
He does. He holds it flat out. Yes.
Beautiful. Got to be so on the limit there. Understeering off so easy. Not being quite as aggressive on the apexes as he'd probably like, but I think at this point all he wants to do is get a lap in. Apparently there's a purple sector 2. Absolutely rapid if that's true.
That's going to be very close, I think. Wonder if it's going to be 26s maybe. Go into the final 2 corners now. Try and get good exit without getting wheel spin. Flat out now, down to the line. It's a 1:26.2.
And that's a very, very solid lap there from Jelly. Obviously, more time to find. He's got to run his way right back into the pits so he can make the other lap. But very, very promising.
Very promising indeed.
GF.
Trying to see who's next to start their lap.
I think it will be...
I think Cam is on a lap. Yes, he is. The RS wide open. Let's see if he can improve on his lap time. And MH Mohammed retires down the the back straight. Sorry, after Max and Beckett's. Cam goes to P7, 26.4.
Is that
very good improvement.
That retirement?
Yeah, he stopped on track. It was yellow flag. It was stopped. So
he might have crashed into the barrier there.
Yeah. Here we got L now on these out lap. I believe he's the first, unless Raven is on the lap. I believe Raven is on the lap actually. Let's see what time he can get. No, I don't think he's on the lap. No, he's not. Okay.
Not quite yet. Maybe just going for 2 warm-up runs, you know? It's quite close to the end of the session. If he was to commit to the lap now, he would not be able to make it back. I do not believe. So maybe just trying to burn through some more fuel, keep the tyres alive.
Yep.
Or he's pushing and he doesn't realise that hot lap is not on. Which wouldn't be ideal.
I think L is the first of the people on their runs.
Yes, everyone should, I assume, be coming on to their final runs now. So whatever lap times we see will probably be their last.
Yep.
L is fully pushing right now.
I believe he was in Div 3, sorry. I believe he was in Div 3,
yes.
Yes. So I think he's either a reserve for Div 2 or he's a Div 2 driver. But he's flying anyway. He's on provisional pole position. With Spoonie in P2 with 26.1.
He's improved by a 10th there. He's trying to get the slipstream from the Mercedes. Oh. I feel like it's going to cost him time having to weave that aggressively on the straight though.
It might do. There's a 10th
Especially
and a half
to pick
up.
up the marbles as well.
Yeah, there's a 10th and a half up. So let's see if he's lost or gained any time from that. Going round to the final corner.
Oh, so close on the limit here.
That time 25.7.
And he has gained.
Yeah, 2.5 tenths. Very good improvement for him. Would he be able to make it round and go for another run, or would that be his last run?
I think that must be it. I think that might be his lap time now.
Swister is 100th up on their lap time. Going through Max and Beckett's now.
Not sure about you, George, but he is very laggy for me.
No, he's alright for me, so he's very good for me. Oh,
apparently purple sector 2. Lots of people setting purple sector 2s. Would not surprise me if that's just a tiny bit bugged, but that's okay. That's fine, you know? It doesn't matter what sector 2 is looking like, it's the entire lap that we care about today.
Yeah. So what time would it be? A 1:26.2. Okay, 2.5 tenth improvement.
Solid
lap. Puts him up to
though.
P5.
Grid is very close right now. Now, I do think all the people who are heading out now, Spoonie is just coming out. These will be the final runs. I don't see L getting back in and out of the pits, unfortunately. Unless, you know what, George, he might just go for 2 consecutive laps. He might be recharging his battery right now, getting ready to do another one. I don't think so, but...
He might be fueled for two runs. So
He does look like he's going very slow. Maybe to... No, he is out of fuel. He's out of fuel now. Okay. Spoonie on his outlap now, and I would say anyone who's in the pits probably wants to be leaving very shortly. As we can see now, Jelly coming out. Keynes is also coming out. This grid is very close though, much closer than I thought it would be.
yeah, certainly. As Royal Maxwell has invalidated his lap by the looks of things, so
Hopefully he's got enough fuel to do another one.
I think Andres is on a flyer lap. Going out now, back to finish sector 2. 103.1, 2 tenths faster than his original lap time. So that'll be in the 126s. Let's see how much he can improve in the final sector. Heavy braking now. A little bit of a lock up there. Going into that. Out to the final corner. Racing up to the line. It's going to be a 126.6, a 4/10th improvement. That'll put him into provisional P9.
Very decent lap time there. Now, I do think that is the end of L's qualifying. L has just managed to get fully into the pits. I do not believe they will be able to make it out, unfortunately. Spoonie now, about to start his lap though. Very close to the McLaren in front of him. Hopefully that's enough space for him to stretch his legs.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Try and get a good lap time in.
And here he goes now.
Going across, I'm watching Cam. Let's see how he's doing. Let's see how good his first sector is. This is now the last run he'll be doing in this session. 27.6, 300 slower than his first run so far. Can he improve? Has he maybe got loads of time in the middle and last sector?
George, sorry to intervene with you're watching, but Spoonie has gone 2 tenths faster in sector 1. He only needs to gain 2 tenths to be on pole position here.
Oh, it's looking very spicy. Then he's gaining a lot more improvement. Can Spoonie put it on pole here at Silverstone? Can Jetty put it on pole? Can the Hammer put it on pole? Will the Hammer make it round in time to the start finish straight?
Jelly has also just started this lap. He will make it. He will make it, George. He's just coming around the final corner now.
Cam is 3 tenths down on his lap time.
And Spoonie 3 tenths down on his lap time as well. He just needs to find 1/10 in the final sector.
Good, yeah. Real Maxwell is retired. He's not going out for another run. Obviously, there's only 5 seconds left of the thing. Can Spoonie get pole position? McLaren goes through as well. Spoonie, 125.6. But we've still got other drivers here. Other people might be able to steal this pole position from him.
Can Jelly beat that pole position? I'm not sure what his lap time's saying right now. Oh, and he's understood off.
Oh,
he's only a 10th up as of right now. He needs to find 4 tenths in the final sector.
The Red Bull and the Haas. The Haas goes round. Well, they both on the lap and they just started too close. They were bumping and hitting each other on their flying laps, I believe.
I think so, George.
Let's see what Jelly can do. He's 2 tenths up. Can he maybe sneak into P2? Can he even possibly get pole position here at Silverstone?
Sure.
Oh, 26-1.
Just shy of the 25s.
You know, we got the Hammer coming through to finish his flying lap. He is 2 tenths down.
He is 2 tenths up?
So he's 2 tenths down.
Down. My bad. Such an easy mistake to make. But I think... Wait, he has the exact same lap time as Swister.
Oh, he does? Whoa. I didn't even notice that.
No, and he has managed to improve.
800ths or 900ths. So that is P4 for the Hammer. Can Raven improve anymore?
This is your grid.
Raven's still on the lap. Raven's still on the lap. He's coming around the final corner. Can he improve? Up to P7, I think it was.
It was up to P7.
Yep,
yes.
that was.
Very solid.
Nice and close.
That is your grid. A lot of drivers will be, I think, happy with their qualifying pace. Spoonie, very close to L. Both of them very, very solid lap times.
Yes, very solid. Jelly in P3. The Hammer, P4. Swister, P5. Kian is P6. Sorry if I just can't pronounce your name. I'm terrible with all these names. So Raven in P7, Edvi in P8, Cam in P9, Andreas P10, Real Maxwell P11, Johnny P12, Fig P13, Ernie Burney P14, and Mohammed rounds out the grid in P15. So it's looking nice and close though. In the top 10, about 9
Top 10
temps.
is
It's
looking
not
very
too
close,
bad.
yeah.
It's looking very close fight for P1 as well. P1 and 2 are extremely close together. So
Of course.
I believe we now got a 5-minute break.
I believe we do have a
for going into the
5-minute
sprint
break.
race. What I'll do is shortly then I'll just quickly sort out my deafen button because I've still got it binded, so I need to change it real quickly, guys.
Yeah, of course. And also, yeah, if anyone in chat has any questions about the race or they want to see people's tires or anything, just let me know.
Yeah.
And I will let George know that information.
Yes. Because I cannot see chat because I'm using my phone for one thing and then obviously my screen for watching the race, so I haven't got multiple monitors. I do need to get that, but
Yes.
yeah, I haven't got it for the meantime. So
Okay, so there is no formation lap, thank God, because it's so bugged. It's such a buggy feature, unfortunately, but yes. Okay. So this grid, I mean, we've got people up very high up that we haven't seen up before in this league. Jelly up in P3.
yeah,
It's good to see him there. Obviously, I think this is one of his better tracks. So
yeah,
it's nice to see him up
definitely
there.
seems strong here.
Spoonie and L. I mean, we've seen L has amazing pace. We saw from the Tier 3 race. Managed to pull away. Could be prone to a mistake, though. Potentially. Maybe the pressure a little bit. But
Yeah, because he
especially
was a
'cause,
little bit inconsistent in the Div 3 race at Japan. Kept on making
yes.
some mistakes, but he was really quick, but just kept on making some major mistakes during the race, which
Yeah.
cost him.
There is
even
a
the
lot
win.
of turns around here that can be very difficult, especially without traction control on, of course. There's a
Yeah.
few turns around here that can really catch you out. Obviously, I think from personal experience, both of us have had moments around this track.
Mhm.
In places that in real
Indeed.
life you would expect downforce to work, but
It does not work.
it does not. There is no downforce. What happens with Keynes? Keynes just qualified a little bit lower. I'm not sure. I didn't see any incidents. Wait, Keynes is the Haas. He might
He was a
have got
Haas.
into a scrap with the Red Bull. Or was
If
that a
there is
different
only
one?
one Haas, if I'm talking about the correct one, if it is Keynes, him and I think it was Cam, I think they might have been both on their flying laps, and one of them was started too close to the other, and they were fighting
it's
for
just-
position going into like the last
Yeah.
sector, and then one of them, I think Haas, spun around. So
Which
it's,
obviously you don't want to do that. You don't really want to be trying to overtake people on your quali lap from
yeah,
personal experience.
yeah,
Of course, sometimes just with people trying to brake drag to get their tires up to temperature, and others just pushing full speed around the track, it does happen this game sometimes where two drivers just start pushing at the same time and just fight side by side. And of course, very unfortunate for both drivers. It ruins both of their qualies. Leaves them out of position. Luckily, though, for Keynes, if he does have the pace, he will be able to recover because it is a sprint race. So he
yeah.
has the entire sprint session to try and claw his way back up to the top. Ernie Burney says racing incident. Not sure you can have a racing incident in quali. I think that's I don't think you should be getting that close to people.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to judge, but that's for the stewards if any one of them reports it. So the incident
Of course, it's
reports.
not-
So, but like I said, we
we
still
can
got the
only
sprint
say-
race, and if people does, to the people who don't know, whether you finish in this sprint race decides your starting position for the main race.
Yes.
So
Just like the 2022 and the 2021 season for the
Yeah.
sprint race. If there's that format, because that's just what the game is up to date to. So,
as per usual, the
yes.
game is a year behind. So it's
they're doing their best. Not really. They're doing their gamest.
Do you think there's going to be a safety car? Because I heard it's very, very hard to get a safety car around Silverstone.
Again,
Do you
from
believe-
personal experience, I don't think that. I think to get a safety car here, you have to really be in like the worst instance, there has to be like a proper pile up, like Lightning McQueen,
multiple
like
cars.
1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
multiple
it has
cars.
to be looking like Cars 1 for there to be a safety car around Silverstone, in my opinion. So, but you
Yeah.
never know, man.
You
You
never
never
know.
know.
You never know what happens in league racing.
Hopefully,
Anything can
everyone survives turn 1. I think everyone can agree a clean race is a lot better than an aeroplane crash.
happen.
So,
Yeah, certainly. I do agree. So here we go. Oh, lights are now on. 3, 4, 5 red lights.
boogity 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 boo, let's go racing!
Oh,
Had to.
El got a decent
Oh,
launch
Jelly
spoon.
got his first decent start I've ever seen. That's
He's
crazy.
on the back of El. Is he going to try and look for the move on one of them? Spoonie's into P2. They're side by side.
Oh,
Going into the first corner. Oh, it's getting very close here. Nice. Loads of carnage.
Keen's going for a move on Hammer as well.
Oh.
Hammer taking a very nice line through there.
Maxwell getting pushed off there. There's a Red Bull. Ernie Burney has spun round.
Oh no!
Oh no. I don't know if he got tagged or... But he's got spun. Keynes is now up to P4 going up the inside of the Hammer. The Hammer's now got the inside line on his long right-hander.
Oh, this is a beautiful exit from the Hammer. Sorry.
Oh, and a Mercedes round.
Oh no, Raven's round!
Oh no. Raven is round and he's out and Swister's out as well.
It's a
safety car.
That is a safety
First
car!
lap. We were just talking about how hard it is.
This
And
proven immediately.
the
Why do I
safety car,
bother?
first lap in the sprint race. Wow,
Yes.
okay. Very, very chaotic then.
Now, this will be one of the few times where I do say, just stay out. You don't make a pit stop. It's lap 1. You don't need to. But I do want to point out, George, tyres. Everyone at the front is on the softs.
yes.
And Ernie Burney. And then Andreas and everyone behind is on the mediums. Now, this might not be huge, but does that mean everyone who's starting on the softs, do they not have a fresh pair of softs for the race? If so, will that compromise them?
I think it might do if there's a very late safety car and it requires you to go into the softs. So, no, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the main race as well with strategies. Are people just going to go from medium to hards, hard to mediums? Are they going to chance the softs?
In my opinion, the medium to soft is the best strategy around here. So it's going to be interesting to see maybe the lack of a fresh pair of softs to go on to. I think that could cause a lot of people a lot of grief in the race, especially some of the bad guys. Andreas, where if he can make some moves later on, get himself into a good position, he could be rapid in the end of this race.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, because at the end of the sprint race, them soft tyres will be slowly dying off, and they will start to get worse and worse than what the mediums feel. So maybe you might see Andreas, if he just keeps his nose clean, I think he'll be able to make his way through the grid. If some people get caught out with the softs wearing out, might get caught out of it on some exits. So it'll be very interesting to see. So
also, just want to point out that top 5. What an amazing battle in the first part of the lap.
that's what I mean. Nice and clean for the top 5 there. So
Multiple people going side by side. Beautiful defending there, I think, from Hammer. I don't think we picked up on it enough at the time. I think Hammer's defending there was really good.
yeah,
And a good lunge from Keynes. Very nice racing.
so I mean, nice clean racing there. Very
It's good
interesting
to see
to
that
watch.
in league racing these days.
Let's have a look at the weather. Is there any rain expected? Nope, just light cloud for the rest of the race. So it's looking like another dry race. So it was raining at Zandvoort last time these guys raced.
It was very, very wet out
Very-
in Zandvoort.
I think it was full wet conditions at the start,
Yeah.
and then it dried up towards the end of the race.
I do think as well, George, come to think of it, the people running the softs, if the safety car doesn't come in till like the end of lap 4, this is going to be massive for the people on the soft tyres. Get to save those, and maybe the drop-off won't be quite as bad if you can keep them safe.
So I mean,
Obviously, the people oh, Mohammed's in the pits.
Mohammed is into the pit lane.
What tyres is he going to go on to?
Is he going to
I don't think
softs,
it's-
maybe?
I don't think that's the
I
play.
don't think it's time to pit, but you never know. Could prove us
Onto
wrong.
softs he goes.
Onto
And now he
soft
does not
compound.
have a pair of softs for the race, most likely. So, actually, no, he did DNF in quali.
Is that,
so
yeah, I think
can
he did
understand why
one
he
run
did this,
actually. Yeah, so
This is probably a good decision for him then. I've changed my mind.
Like some people say, you change your mind like the weather. So,
Uh,
but yeah, it's
hmm.
yeah.
Maz, thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Excited to see you cook, Maz. That guitar Div 1. You better be cooking.
That'll be interesting.
I think the safety car might even be in this lap, so they will start on lap 4.
I think it will be, yeah, because Mohammed managed to make his way back up to the grid pretty quickly. Obviously, probably not the best for him, because those softs are going to probably be as worn as the guys on the front now. Maybe more so, especially with that aggressive weaving. But I guess it'll definitely have the tyres up to temperature
That's
with
for
that.
sure. So it'll be 6 laps of racing if there isn't another safety car. So
Hopefully not. Like I said, touch wood, I don't want to jinx it. It is very hard to get a safety car here. It's impressive to do. Let's not do it again today, though. Now,
it's gonna
drivers to look out for on this restart. I have her. If Jelly can stick with Spoonie, that would be great for him.
yes.
From past races, we know he's not quite the best on the restart, but hopefully he can stick with it today.
Let's see if El can get good. Is he gone? I believe El is now
Hell,
gone.
it's already gone.
He's already gone now. Coming
He's managed to
turn
pull a
16.
second. He's completely caught Spoonie off guard.
I love this camera angle the game's giving me. There we go. There we go. Yeah, he's already pulled a second. Wow. So he's already dropped Spoonie. Spoonie got caught sleeping on the restart. Jelly's all over him. He's got a nice comfortable gap to the hammer. A nice 8/10 gap.
Now, if El can run away with this, that could be the sprint win done.
Yes.
Assuming there's no major mistakes there from El. Oh, little slide there from Jelly. I think this top 4 is going to be all over each other. In fact, the hammer's actually dropping away from Jelly as well. We've kind of got multiple packs of people forming here. The hammer needs to try and close that gap if he wants any chance of winning. I think he's doing it just fine there, to be honest with you. Keen's going rather deep into the exit of that corner.
Elway's got a lovely start here. So he's already at the DRS already. So it's he had a really good start there. Caught Spoonie napping.
He will be forcing Spoonie to burn a lot of his battery, I would imagine.
Real Maxwell is fighting with Johnny R through Manx and Beckett's. Very risky place there to go for a move.
And Jelly has now broken DRS to the hammer.
Oh, it's 3 wide going into Stoke corner. What's going to happen? Johnny R backs out of it. Oh, very close. Ernie Burney is on a soft compound of tyres, so I would expect him to have more pace than these medium runners. But how quickly will these soft tyres drop off towards the end of the sprint?
That's the question. As El has now pulled a 2-second gap.
2-second gap.
Spoonie.
It looks like he's got really good pace then. Really good race pace, shall I say, and quality pace as well. So
yeah, absolutely rapid from El. And here comes Keynes. I think Keynes is going for a move.
On the outside, nicely defended there from the hammer.
The hammer doing great defending today.
Amazing defending. Ernie Burney and Real Maxwell side by side. Oh, it's getting very close here. Getting some 2021 flashbacks, and now Johnny R's going up the inside of Ernie Burney.
Ernie Burney.
And then getting a good run there, Burney there. Oh, it's getting
very close. 3 wide into Cops corner.
Into Cops. What's the worst that can happen?
Especially right
very close. Oh, that was extremely close there.
Johnny seems to have just been forced off there. Had to back out. Seems that Jelly's starting to drop off from the back of Spoonie now as well, which is giving Hammer a slipstream, bringing him right back into this. Jelly needs to try and get back up to the rear end of Spoonie if he wants any hope of keeping that P3.
DRS is now enabled.
Especially with DRS zone coming up, yeah. DRS is on this lap. He has to catch up to the back of Spoonie now, otherwise his P3 is going to be very vulnerable, burning a little bit of battery there to do it. I think he has done it, which is very, very good for him.
Yeah,
Just pulling that gap though.
El is just flying today on this sprint race. He's pulling.
Course,
he's already out of battery
he is
though.
flashing though, yeah. This with
Keynes
3
is going
laps
for
to
the
go.
move on the hammer. All this side by side. Down this DRS straight. Has he got the move done? Yeah, he's got the move done so
Keynes
far.
has got it done this
But is the
time.
hammer going to go for a centre defender position? Nope, he's going to sit behind. Keep it. As it is. He's going to see got the DRS zone after Makes and Beckett's coming up.
Yeah.
So
with only 3 laps to go as well.
Jetty is
probably
now
get the DRS zone.
Yeah, Jetty's now dropped out of the DRS to Spoony. So now he's going to be under pressure by Keynes and the hammer.
Yeah, very not ideal for him. He needs to get an absolute mega Mackett and Beckett here if he wants any chance of keeping that P3. I don't think he's going to be able to do it though, because Keynes is absolutely flying, and Keynes is going to go for the move immediately.
Wow, already cleared him already.
Didn't even make it halfway down the straight. Keynes with a beautiful exit there, showing us why everyone's saying he's
Oh, the hammer's off! Hammer's and he's out!
Oh no!
The hammer's just spun out. Oh no,
that's
that's
a
a safety
safety
car. So that means we're going to have like a 1 or 2 lap shootout at the end of this sprint race. Wow.
Oh no, people are coming into the pits.
They're
The
coming
safety
into the
car's
pit
going to be in at the end of this lap.
Yeah.
If they spend too long in the pits, they're going to be left behind. Oh no, Raven gets a drive-through penalty.
Oh no.
Now he doesn't have to serve that because the race will end, but he will be having a 3-second time penalty added on to the end of his race. And that is his session over. Mohammed staying out, I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
Safety car will be in the end of his lap.
Wow, that's really spiced things up here at the end of the sprint race. It's only the sprint race, not even the actual race yet on the Sunday.
Such a shame for the hammer though. He was proving that he had so much pace.
So Mohammed gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Okay.
Unfortunate. But the hammer is going to be starting really out of position here. Of course, he was one of the top runners in the qualifying, and there is a mega gap between the back of the grid and the front of the grid when it comes to pace here. That mistake may have made his race a lot harder.
He's got a lot of work to do, I think, to get through the field in the race.
Yeah, for
if he
sure.
wants to get back up to where he was. This is also gave Spoony a chance now to maybe get onto pole position for the race.
Maybe get some redemption for the first restart where he got absolutely dropped.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's
The safety
yeah,
car, I do believe, yes, it is in this lap.
So it's going to be a 2-lap shootout to the end.
Get ready for some open lobby driving, everyone, because I do think this is about to get a little bit dirty.
Spoony keeping nice and close.
Going to be keeping an eye on El here of the throttle. El is weaving, just tearing those tyres apart a little bit more. You don't want to be weaving this game, you just want to be brake dragging. And he's, I think, no, not yet, just weaving. He's just chilling.
And
He's pushing, he's gone! Spoony definitely not letting him pull that 1 second gap to him immediately this time. Is much closer, with Keynes right behind as well, and Jelly.
I do believe, though, to the end of this race, there'll be no DRS. There is not enough laps.
There will not be any DRS. It is fully up to driver skill now. If anyone wants to make any overtakes, it's fully up to their abilities. So, if you're Keynes here, or you're Jelly, or Spoony, what do you do? Because the front guys, you don't want to be having too big of a fight.
Oh, but contact there with Ernie Burney and Real Maxwell. Wow. A little bit of cyber damage there, and they're ghosted into each other. Johnny R and Ernie Burney.
But George, if you're Keynes, you don't really want to have to fight Spoony. Because if you want any chance at the win in the sprint race, you can't be fighting him.
No. You want to, try and jump him. Even if he starts P3 in the race, he might have to jump Spoony. If Spoony comes P2. Oh, what a side by side through Cop's corner. Johnny R and Ernie Burney. Oh my. Ernie Burney gets a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. It's all spicing up now. The end of the race.
As of right now, the front seem to be in the positions that just aren't going to change. Spoony losing a little bit of time and exit there. Keynes might be hungry for a look. Jelly might also be hungry for that position.
Looking very interesting. No Spoonie's staying with Elm.
Keynes making a little bit of a mistake there too. Jelly and Keynes, I think, might be, besides only Bernie and Johnny, might be the closest guys on the grid right now, especially up at the front.
Yeah, Figure's also looking at Edvir. He's looking for a move past that Williams driver.
Yes, he is. It's all going to come down to who gets the best run. Oh, and Johnny's...
yellow flag. Oh!
No!
They've
Johnny's
collided.
out. They've made contact, I think.
He's out
Only
of the...
Bernie and Johnny have made contact.
How is Johnny out of the race, though? Because he's still driving. He retired after the incident? Is he just retired on track?
Or potentially maybe some lag.
Yeah. But that means only Bernie's lost his front wing, so he's going to be starting P12.
Can anyone get a good enough run out of Maggots and Beckett's to make up one final position before the race? I'm not sure they can.
Going to be very close. It's Cam, is he looking for a move on Fig? I don't think. No, he's not close enough, I don't think. Go for the late lunge, but El is going to now come into the last couple of corners, and he will win the sprint race, and he will now start from pole position for the actual race coming up. Spoonie starts P2, Keynes P3, Jetty P4, Edvir P5, Fig P6, Cam P7, Andreas P8, Real Maxwell P9, Mohammed P10, Raven P11, 20 seconds.
20. I thought it'd be a 3 second, but no, 20
drive
seconds.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Raven
Adam
P11 and Ernie Burney without a front wing finishes P12. Or P11.
And I'm seeing from the chat, I'm taking a look. Ernie Burnley and the Max seem to be having a lot of contact during that race. Nothing we can do about it. It's all up to the stewards, but it's unfortunate to see contacts.
Very unfortunate. Especially very unfortunate for Johnny R, the Hammer, and Swister all retiring from the sprint race. So,
Yeah.
8 points for L, 7 for Spoonie, 6 for Keynes, 5 for Jelly, 4 for Edvir, 3 for Fig, 2 for Cam, and the final point goes to Andreas.
Yeah, and that's going to help Spoonie in the championship a little bit. To just pull a bigger gap on Keynes and the rest of them. Obviously, he is dominating the championship by quite a lot right now. But nice result from him. Max says, shit happens. We're like magnets. Yeah, I feel you. I really do feel you. You know, racing is racing, though. Obviously, there's going to be contact between some drivers. And now we have another 5-minute break where we can just podcast. Just have a little bit of a chill.
Have a chill, have a sip of my drink. So
yeah. After seeing the performance in that race, though, I think we're in for a good one. Because the pace between the top 4 drivers, it seemed pretty similar. I'm hoping that there's no safety cars so we can fully see the strategy being played into effect. I do think this race will be won by strategy today.
I do believe that as well. So, and this is unless it is as carnage or chaotic as the sprint, then it's gonna could be anyone's game. But
and we have
if there's
Jelly
no
celebrating in the chat. Finally, a dry race, indeed. Lots of beef going on in the chat, of course, as you would expect with a race with so many crashes. But you know, that's just racing. I do think the race will be won on strategy today. I think even if the safety car comes out, it's who decides to take that gamble and pit and hope there's not another one a couple laps later, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. And of course, we don't know who's got what tyres as well. That could be massive because obviously the people who have burnt all their soft tyres are very limited on what they can do in strategy.
Yes, certainly indeed. Unless they got an extra set of mediums. But you know, if there's like another 2-lap shootout, like there was in a sprint, you obviously want the soft tyres, some brand new softs. So it's going to be very interesting here. So see what people are thinking of, what they're doing. Maybe someone's only done 2 runs in quali. Whenever they saved and they still got an extra set.
It's getting heated. I think Ernie Burney also had had a little bit of a fight in qualifying as well. So I'm sure the stewards will have fun looking into that.
They will do indeed.
Honestly, just what I would do, right? If I'm in this position, I've just been taken out, right, and it wasn't my fault. Very used to this. You just gotta, especially you've got the entire race. You just gotta get your head down. Just, you know, just.
Yeah, you're lucky it happened in the sprint and not in the race. So
exactly. Second chance. This is your redemption day. So yeah. Of course, it's gonna be a try race all the way through. I think.
I think so. We will double check the weather.
Yeah, it looks like complete clear sky, so it doesn't even look like mildly cloudy. It just looks blue. So like maximum amount of grip, I think, would be the best scenario here. Because I do want to see all these drivers fully fighting for the entire race. I don't really want to see it won by a safety car pit stop, you know?
Yeah, but we are also in the UK, so you never know. The UK weather, it could be like you're abroad with the weather, and then 10 minutes later, it'll be thunderstorms. So
from the looks of it, though, everyone's saying it is dry all the way through. So.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we will not be seeing the thunderstorm today.
You won't be seeing a Zandvoort 2.0. Dry, wet, dry, wet, dry, wet. Uh-oh, chilling out, 5-minute break, you know. Rest our voices a little bit. Gonna be interesting, I think, this race. I'm interested to see the battle for even the top 5 as well.
The top 5, yeah, they all seem really close. It's maybe the top 4. It's a shame to see Toto starting so far down on the grid compared to, because we know how much pace he had round here from the qualifying, even from the first few laps of sprint. I'm not sure if he had a little bit of contact or was just a self error, but it would have been he would have made a fine addition to the fight for the win, I think.
Very unlucky for him. So now he's got a lot of work to do to get through the field and try and get no contact while going through the field. So
as it stands right now, though, assuming everyone gets a good start of no contact, we're in for an absolute amazing battle.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, Raven, they are the best teammates at Merc. Maz and Max, not even knowing they're on the same team. Not that it matters, but you know.
Oh, here we go.
And
race to start in 3, 4, 5 red lights.
And it's lights out and away we go.
There we go. El gets a really good start. Spoonie gets a terrible start. He gets jumped by Keynes and Jelly and Fig. He got down to P7. Oh, there's contact. Andreas is round. Oh, and he's beached. Andreas is beached as well. Very unlucky for him. I'm pretty sure he's able to reset the track.
He'll need to go into the AI to do that. And there you go.
Here we go. Keynes is P2 all over the back.
Oh, and Jelly's been overtaken. Jelly's having an absolute stinker out of the corner. Fig has now also got past him, and all the places he made up, he's already lost. Fig, an amazing overtake there. I think he's starting on the slightly harder compound than most people. He's being chunked.
He goes around the outside of Jelly as well. Spoonie getting pressured from Real Maxwell as well. Going into Cop's corner. Is it going to be a 2021 reenactment but with a Ferrari instead? No, it's not. Everyone's going to be sensible. As Fig is side by side with Ed. Oh, there's a bit of contact there going into Beckett's and Beckett's.
Look at Keynes, though. What a recovery.
Amazing start from Keynes.
Spoonie as well. I've just realised down in P7 he's having even more of a stinker than Jelly.
Yeah, he had a terrible
How's
start.
This happened?
He dropped down to P6 on the start.
And now both of them are going to have to try and fight their way back through the field.
Jelly's going for the move round the outside of Cam into Stowe corner. Oh, but then Red Bull's on the inside.
Is he going to go for the lunge? I don't think he is. I think he's backed out on that idea.
Oh, it's very close.
Very close indeed. It's a little bit of contact there.
Real Maxwell goes around the outside of Spoonie. Spoonie has had a mare of a start to this Grand Prix.
Thankfully for him, it is a very long
Oh,
race.
the hammer is in the
Make it up,
pits.
but
Has he got damage? Did he get wing damage? That is the question.
I'm not sure. Is there a front wing there waiting for him?
He's
No,
got
there's
soft
not.
tyres
Oh,
waiting
there
for him
is.
as well.
There is.
Yeah.
He's now
Oh.
on.
The soft
And that-
tyres, I think.
That is not what he wanted his start to look like at all.
Very unfortunate for him. Oh, Keane's going down the inside of L. He's going to be on the outside for this long right-hander.
Is he going to go for the switchback? I think he's
going
trying
for
to.
it,
But
he's trying to.
L defending it so well.
Covers it off now. Fig is looking down the inside. He backs out of it. I think Keane gets a better run out of the exit of that corner. But Keane's just looking around the outside of Cop's corner. Oh, he's very close. Cool. That was
and Jelly's
extremely
just
close.
understeered off the track.
But Fig has
Fig.
got amazing pace with them soft tyres. Elway's on the hard compound and Keane's on the mediums.
Oh no, and he's
Fig.
already got a 3-second
Oh.
time penalty.
Oh no.
Fig has to clear L and pull away as fast as he can.
Raven goes past Swister down the straight. DRS
Yeah,
straight.
I've seen he's a Div 3 driver, but he should just be Div 2, mate. He's got the pace.
He's flying.
He does have the pace, bro. He's cooking in that Williams. It's absolutely amazing to see.
Fig gets the fastest lap. Is he going to be...
Fig has to make the move soon, otherwise his softs are going to start wearing down a
I
lot
believe
faster than his
DRS
hard.
is enabled this lap. So is he going to wait?
It
No,
is.
he's going for the move.
He did wait. When
Was
they
he
crossed the
behind?
line, he was behind.
Was he
I
be-
do think he's going to get the DRS. I'm
So
checking
you
for
see,
you now. He does.
Keane's is going
He
for
does
the
have
inside of
DRS.
L as well. Is
Fig
L...
does have the DRS.
L does not have DRS. Is Keane's going to go for a move on L down this DRS straight? He's not as close as he wanted to be. Jeddy getting nice
So
and close.
to that Red Bull again. He's got Max behind them. Both of them, I'd say, relatively similar pace. Considering I don't think Max did get the best lap he could have had. I do think Jelly has to get past that Red Bull. Almost like this lap if he wants to try and catch up to the guys in front. Otherwise, he's going to be in a really bad position for the rest of his race.
Because
He
the Red
needs
Bull
to
is
clear that Red
dropping
Bull and
off.
get back
to the
into
top
the
three.
DRS of the Haas. Yeah. If you're the Red Bull in this situation, surely you think let him through, see if he can drag you back up, keep you in the fight for the win.
Yeah, Swister with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's both
Assuming
Alpha and
Jelly
Mayo's
has
now.
the pace.
Oh, as L's fighting back to Fig down the DRS straight. L is on the inside. And he gets the move done.
The Red Bull now, though, George, he's dropped off almost 1.5 seconds from that front pack, and Jelly is going to be kicking himself getting stuck behind him.
He really needs to get past this Red Bull as soon as possible.
Yeah, he does. Spoonie as well. Both of these drivers well out of position of where they know their pace should be. And they must be getting pretty frustrated now, being stuck in these positions. Obviously, I feel like the Red Bull just being a little bit of a bottleneck.
Oh, it was a Haas. Keane spins. Keane spins
Oh
on
no,
the
Keane's
exit.
round.
He spins it on the exit of turn
Gotta make sure he
4?
rejoins safely.
5.
He does.
4.
That's so unfortunate for Keane's.
Very unfortunate for the Haas driver there.
And that puts the Red Bull in a P3 position right now.
Jeddy has
And
real
he's still
Maxwell
not in the
all over the
DRS.
rear end of him. Is Maxwell maybe looking for the move down the DRS straight after Maggots and Beckett's? Johnny
There's
R
another
gets
yellow
past
flag.
Mohammed.
Mohammed is round.
Mohammed is round. Oh, did he get tagged round? Did he just spin? He's on the high compounded tyres and they can be a bit tricky when they want to be.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him in this lap for a nice pair of softs.
Jeddy is dropping
You
back
know
a little
what?
bit to the Red Bull. And the Red Bull is
Saying
catching
this-
Fig.
Yeah, due to Fig and L fighting, I do think the Rebel's going to make it back into the DRS. And Fig now, was the soft tyres the right call? It does not look like it, as L has managed to make his way back past him. And now his softs might already be falling off. They could be old tyres for all we know.
Yeah.
We don't know how many laps he's done on those softs.
But I mean, he's
They
got
could
really
already
good.
be on the fall off.
I mean, he's got really good track position though from where he started. I think
Oh,
it was
of
a good
course.
call. I think to get up there in track position. So he's gonna be looking for the move. Well, now Johnny R gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
I do think Fig is going to try and go past L on this DRS straight, surely. Surely that must be what he's thinking of doing.
Or are they both working together? But Elvis defending the inside
Does
line.
not look like they're working together, George. They look like they're in a big scrap right now.
Now that has brought the Red Bull into the fight, who is extremely close to Fig as well. Jelly's
And
dropped out of the
Jelly
DRS.
is falling off completely right now. It looks
With
like
1 second margin.
Max almost having double the amount of ERS that he has. Jelly could be in a lot of trouble here if he doesn't manage to get back into. It thinks he's going to get absolutely dropped by Max and Spoonie on this straight. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Is I'm going to take a look and Max's PF in. He's got an amazing exit compared to Jelly.
Max
They
has
passed
already
him
got
on the straight.
Is Spoonie going to be able to get the move? No, he's too far
Not
back. Was he
quite.
going? Yeah, he's too far back.
Jelly just kind of has to sit here now and hope he doesn't fall off of Max as well. Max is in the DRS. They all kind of need to work together, but that front group just seems to have a little bit more pace in them. Even the Red Bull, as Max is not in the DRS either, this could invite Jelly back through. And they're just losing time to the guys in front now, surely.
Yeah, most certainly. Fig's also trying to find a way past L on his soft compounded tyres. And L is on the hard compound of tyres. Is Cam maybe looking for the move on Fig? No, he's too far back. Real Maxwell goes a bit deep into that corner, into turn 6.
It's L. Almost at a battery already, actually. L is about to be flashing after this straight, I think, really using everything he can to try and get pole.
Oh.
Or try and keep the lead. Not sure that's how you want to be using your battery, but... You know, and then Hammer and Raven both getting 3-second time penalties there.
Real Fig go for the move now on this
I
DRS
think
straight.
he will.
Did he see
And
L's
L is
flashing?
already flashing, yeah. I don't think Fig will have quite enough speed to go for the move here. L's had a bit of a moment into that corner though. Do you think Fig might be able to make the dive here?
Or do you think maybe Fig is sitting back, saving his tyres a little bit, not pushing them as hard? Maybe saving the RS a bit of fuel? He might be sitting back.
I do think that is the optimal thing to do, but the problem is I don't think Cam is going to give him the opportunity to do that. I think Cam is going to send it.
Oh, his yellow flag. Raven is round.
Raven.
He's round on the final corner.
It is not his day today.
Jelly has lost DRS to Real Maxwell as well, which will give Spoonie opportunity to go past him on a DRS straight.
I don't even think it's an opportunity, George. I think it is just a free ticket pass.
Oh, Fig is side by side with L. Fig has gone past.
Jelly just dropping like a stone on this grid today. Doesn't seem to have any race pace compared to these guys in front of him. Maybe those mediums are a little bit harder to drive than the softs have been for him. Oh, and Spoonie's had a bit of a moment. This is going to invite Jelly right back into it. Spoonie using everything. Is Jelly going to take a look into Cop's corner? I don't think he will. I don't think he's pace. He's gone wide again, and that's probably going to be a penalty.
Oh,
or not.
No. If I was Spoonie and Jelly, I would personally work together and try and get back into that top 4 fight. Try and get back into that DRS window.
I think they have to. Spoonie obviously leading the championship by quite a lot, but you never know what could happen in the season. I'm sure he wants to get back into the fight for the win. And I think Jelly...
Earl's looking for the move on Fig. No, he backs out of it last second.
I don't think Jelly quite has the pace to keep up. I think we're going to see him drop off from Spoonie in the next lap and a half. This top 4 though, literally nose to tail at this point. Fig doesn't quite have the pace to drop L with his softs. Maybe the soft's finally starting to die off now. Which is letting L stay in quite nicely. Of course, you've got a bit of a train here.
Very much of a train. Real Maxwell all over the back of Cam in that Red Bull. Raven is into the pits.
Bit of a slide there from Jelly as well. And this top 5 looks like a train all the way down to P6 now. Spoonie's so close in, and he's almost dropped Jelly already. And he has... I do think now, yeah, Spoonie has dropped Jelly. He's burning quite a lot of his battery. Jelly doesn't have quite as much battery to burn. I think he's try and defend at the start, and maybe he's
Oh,
worn out his
real
tyres.
Maxwell a bit wide there. The next hit at Cop's corner.
I'm seeing a lot of drivers going wide into Cop's corner. Do you think they're trying to carry a little bit too much speed through there, potentially?
Probably catching them out with the tyre wear and heavy fuel. Probably just
And
catching
also
them
the
out from
dirty air,
qualifying.
of course.
Yeah.
And now Spoonie, if you look, he's so painfully close to the back of that DRS. Jelly, though, has been dropped by half a second now. And he's just going to have to try and keep ahead of Swayster. Of course, Swayster's tyres will be getting faster and faster as Jelly's full off. And his race is sort of unravelling here.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Jelly so far. But he might have extra race pace if he goes onto the hards or the softs. Or whatever he will decide to go on as Edvir gets past Swister, sorry.
I think we should be taking a look here at Cam. I think Cam might be hungry for the move here. A little bit too far back. It was so close going into the corner though, and I think he might have just taken a slightly worse line. Oh, what a fight we have at the front of the grid. Spoonie now firmly into the DRS.
He has managed to push his Ferrari into that DRS window. Oh, sound bug.
Just a small note, Edvir and Swayster have been fighting, and that's given Jelly quite a nice gap. So he's comfortably in P6 now, but he is just falling further and further away from those leaders.
Yep. Oh, as L goes past
Fig.
Yep, down that DRS straight into Stowe corner. Is Fig looking for the move?
I think Fig is looking for the move back, and I think he might send it. Oh, he's made it back through just about.
Oh, as Cam
through
comes
goes
through.
Cam!
He's going through.
He's going to have to burn a lot of battery here. L is not letting him get through. L is going to be going through.
Oh, and L has held that position, I think, for the meantime, P2. But now Will Maxwell is going for the move. Round the outside.
And Max has cleared him before the corner.
He has cleared him. A lovely move round the outside of Cam.
Beautiful move there from Max.
That fighting now has really brought Spoonie into this now, onto the gearbox of that Red Bull.
I do think Max sitting back there, not really pushing. Has he managed to save up quite a lot of his tyres compared to the front?
Oh, it goes a bit deep into there. Oh,
Cam's taking a look at him.
Rebel going to get a good run. Is it going to be 2021 but reversed with the teams? Is it going to...
It looks like it could be.
In an alternate universe.
Not quite. Not quite. They're so close. I think they're all stuck behind Fig now, whose tyres just aren't what they were about 3 laps to go.
Yeah, them softs will most certainly be dying off now. They'll be, I reckon, about 40% wear, 50% maybe at worst.
Oh, and there's Max has got himself a penalty for going just that little bit too deep into the corner. Or cutting it just a little bit too much.
Oh, Fig's gone round. Fig's out. No. Fig's is round and Fig's is out.
Oh no. And that's a safety car.
Was that Cam?
And Jelly straight into the pits. Jelly is probably on the best strategy out here now. The safety car is out.
Into the pit lane.
Oh, we knew it was going to happen.
So Cam and Fig collided. Fig got spun round and then Cam hit him, his sitting car, and took Fig out of this race completely.
That is so unfortunate for Fig. Those soft tyres were crying. Jelly now has provisional lead. But with that 5-second time penalty, that could be lethal. Jelly doesn't have to pit again, though. The hards will make it to the end. And everyone else stuck behind the safety car, George. They're going to get caught up by Jelly.
Yeah.
The entire pack is pitting. Those front 3, George, are going to go full right to the back.
That has been a disaster class so far, by the looks of things. And this is another safety car to save them a little bit. It has been a disaster class so far for these top 3 drivers.
Even if there is another safety car, though, George, if everyone else pits as well, for the soft tyre,
so Jelly is on for the win at the moment. Jelly is on for the win.
The 5-second time penalty, he's going to have to drop 5 seconds to the rest of the grid.
He's got a lot of work to do, but the win is on for him now. He's in a very good position.
He needs to stop brake dragging. They all need to push their delta really hard right now, otherwise the hurt. But none of them know that, I don't think. I don't think they know they need to push to get the track position. The top 3 might not be in any trouble if they don't start pushing. They're not going to lose any positions. Everyone behind is brake tracking, George.
Oh
I
my
don't think they're going to lose anything.
They need to get their foot down, I think, to catch up to the safety
do.
car. Because they haven't got a delta,
need
I
to-
don't think. Unless the game is glitched, I do not believe there's a delta. So,
I don't think there should be. They have to push now. Otherwise, the top 3
here
are
we
going
go.
to
No, they're nice and close now. So I think they've.
I think they've clocked it. I think potentially listening into the stream, but that could have been an absolute disaster class from the rest of the grid, though. Are the top 3 coming in?
Oh, who's coming in?
No!
I think I saw someone coming in. El has gone into the pits. El has come
Spoonie
into
and
the
Max, I think that's, unless there's another safety car, that's going to ruin them. From personal experience, we know this from Portugal, George. Staying out is the end of your race car.
Yeah.
Even if you manage to go onto the softs, you need like a 5-second delta to actually be able to catch them. This is an absolute disaster class in strategy for Max and Spoonie. They're relying on the safety cars now. What a first half of this race, George.
Very interesting. It's definitely changed the game now for the top 3. Elva's dropped down to P13 now from P1.
El is right behind Mohammed. Mohammed, very good at defending in this game. It's going to be tough to pass him.
Swister, he's on the mediums, so would he be able to maybe jump Jelly while Jelly's trying to make his way through the top 2 on the older tyres? But the mediums will make it to the end, but they'll be very worn if there's no more safety cars. The mediums will be very worn at the end there, but they can make it to the end.
Now, for everyone doubting how strong fresh tyres are in this game, keep an eye on Cam, keep an eye on Swayster, and keep an eye on Jelly. Their pace was obviously a little bit slower, maybe not Cam, but their pace was slower than Spoonie and Max on that first stint. Watch what the fresh tyres will do when they start going racing again. It's going to be really interesting. But what a first stint of this racing. Yes, the safety car is in this lap. I do think if there's not another safety car, there's not another lap of safety car, George, I think Spoonie and Max have got a real task ahead of them.
They do. They've got a mission to get back up to where they are now.
It is nice
Real
to see
Maxwell will
everyone
be leading the
brake
grid though on the safety car restart. He'll be leading them away.
tracking. Indeed.
When you go, I believe safety car is now in the pit lane. Is he waiting maybe on the exit at the final corner to go? Is he going to go now? I believe he's waiting to the exit at the final corner. And he's gone. And he's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. And I think he might have caught Spoonie slacking again.
8/10 gap to Spoonie. Spoonie has been caught
Already?
napping. Jelly will be all over Spoonie with his fresher tyres. Even though he's on the harder compound, his tyres are 10 laps fresher than what Spoonie has, and the mediums will be very, very worn.
Keep an eye on Swayster and Cam as well. They will be flying. But look at the traction Jelly's getting out of the corner compared to Spoonie.
Oh, only Bernie's round, I believe. Only Bernie's round. He's losing so many positions. He's lost so many. He's dropped down to last. I don't think he went round, but I think he got caught out.
A little bit of an error there.
Keynes has gone past Edvir.
And look, just look at the
Speed, and Jelly's
difference in
looking for the
speed.
move on Spoonie.
Oh
Is
no!
he going for the move?
We've seen this one before.
Oh no, I think he's sitting behind. Yeah, he's sitting behind.
He needs to make it through though. He has to build a 5-second gap.
And he has to try and
He
get past
can't-
Spoonie as soon as possible, otherwise he'll get jumped by Swister. If he gets stuck behind
Yeah,
Spoonie for
Swister
too long.
and Cam, obviously both very fast to make it. Use those fresh tyres while you can, Jelly. Oh, he's had a bit of a stinker there. I think he's lagged a little bit.
Oh.
And that's ruined Swister, which has given Cam the perfect run through. Jelly is just not able to make it past these two in front of them.
Swister going
This is
past. They're battling behind him.
devastating for his
Oh, Swister's round.
The grip from Jelly.
Swister's round.
That's another safety car.
Another safety car. And Jelly, was he ahead on the safety car or not?
He was not ahead.
No.
He was about to. He was finally making the move on it. But I don't even think this isn't going to help Spoonie and
because
Max.
if they pit, they're still going to drop down the order anyway. So
they'll be in dead last, so...
Raven has gone into the pit lane as well.
I see why Raven would, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really, actually.
But...
Was he on hards?
He was on 6 up old hards.
Okay, yeah, then mediums.
So he's gone the mediums, yeah. So he'll make it to the end.
His teammate Andreas coming into the pits. Can't wait to see him be held up by the mechanic because Raven's still in the pit. Yep, you can actually see right now the guy is just chilling there. And yep, there you go. Lovely little hold up. Thank you, F1. Just wanted to show that live on stream, guys. Double stacking does not work. Not that I'm mad. I wonder what happened to. You're mad about it.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Andreas because he had his front wing was gone. So I wonder what happened. What he got caught up in. Let's have a look at these penalties. I think if I can.
Yeah, maybe Ernie Bernie because we did see he had a bit of an incident. Maybe he spun a little bit or had a slide and then maybe he's just gone straight into him.
Yeah,
possibly.
Let's have a look at the weather. See if it's clear all the way through, sunny skies, no rain. So, as we predicted. So
this has given Jelly a chance of redemption, but he has to clear these two in front. He cannot be stuck behind them for any longer. He's causing his own race so much problems. L is still in this race, and L has incredible pace. If he can make it through, that 5-second time penalty that Jelly has is going to cost him potentially a win, potentially a podium. We're not sure, but he has to make it past these lot in front of him. Otherwise, this race is just over.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for him to pull that 5-second gap.
Especially if drivers like Cam Keynes now managing to slide through. Obviously, Swister has been very unlucky.
Down, and Real Max has gone, and Spoonie have gone in. I think that was their choice. They don't think they had any other choice. So
probably the right decision. So now it's all up to Jelly. So he has to pull away, George. He has to.
He has to get an amazing restart after this safety car. And he needs to try and pull as big of a gap as he can from Cam. But 5 seconds has made his life 10 times harder to get this win.
He's got to get his tyres up to around 100 degrees now. Just to make sure, they're all up to temperature. And he's just going to need to try and drop them at the perfect time. If you're Jelly right now, you are praying Keynes goes for the send of centuries. And they both just slow down by 3 seconds in one corner.
You just be praying that everyone else behind him start fighting really hard. And they start costing themselves time.
You know what? His teammate, Mohammed, on the soft tyres, could cause some problems here, George. Genuinely, those tyres will be pretty much fresh. It's only been laps under safety car.
Yeah.
If he can cause havoc between those guys in front of him, obviously, hopefully not Jelly as well, in Jelly's mind, of course.
Yeah.
Then he could be free. But I do think this fight for the lead, this fight for the win, is between Cam and Keynes. Obviously, both incredibly fast drivers. And only Bernie's left possession. I think that is by choice, to be honest with you.
He's running in P8, so I don't think so. He might have lagged out. I'll check if I've got him added. I don't think I do.
Judging by the chat, I think it was intentional.
Okay.
I don't think he wanted to do any more. Unfortunately for him, but
I believe safety car will be in this lap. Yep, there it is.
It is in this lap. Now, eyes on Jelly.
See if he can get a good restart. Can he catch Cam sleeping? Can he catch him out?
I want to make sure his tyres are up to temperature. Everyone behind him still doing a lot of brake dragging. He's actually... Would not surprise me if his tyres are one of the coldest on the grid. Unless he's prepared himself beforehand. I think that might be it. I think he's gone. He is gone. And he's dropped him by about 8 tenths. 9 tenths. He needs to pull away though. He's dropped him by a second, but can he keep that gap? Can he push that gap?
He's had a good restart there.
He's got to be using absolutely everything right now.
Can be under pressure from Keynes as well. Keynes is only half a second behind. Cam gets a 3-second time penalty. For
That
multiple
could
warnings.
be massive. That could be massive. That means the gap only needs to be 2 seconds for Jelly. And Jelly's dropped him, and Keen seems to be stuck behind. Cam getting a little bit, I think, maybe just a little bit more conservative now that he's got that penalty. Obviously, you don't want to get more of him. That will be 6 seconds you cannot remove. Keen's, I think, is going to be going for the move. Will he defend it, though? He's going to try, and Keen's just thinks better of it, I think, this time. Jelly, though, he has to pull away.
He's
He's
pulled
got to keep going.
second and a half, so...
He's got to keep
he's
pushing.
edging out.
He's
Edging out.
everything that he's got.
While these two are fighting, they're just helping Jelly out with the lead.
And they seem to have dropped Ed already.
Yeah.
Keen's, they've already broken like a 1.6 second gap.
So at the moment, it seems like a three-way fight for the lead. In the meantime, Keynes is all over Cam on the exit of
Keynes is all over Cam.
He's all over
They're
the gearbox
causing each
of that
other
Red
so
Bull.
much time, George.
They are. They're helping
They're
Jelly
losing
pull away.
attempts
That hammer
every
goes past
corner.
Mohammed down the DRS straight. Is he looking for the move on the Williams? No, but he gets the move done on Mohammed in that Alpine.
Keynes must be kicking himself right now, just stuck behind the Red Bull, who's just falling further. He obviously, Keynes knows he has the pace to fight for this win, but he can't seem to get past that Red Bull. Actually, saying that, the Red Bull is closing the gap. Jelly needs to keep pushing. Anytime he slows down on that push, he risks the Red Bull just outright getting back into the DRS. That's the worst right now. But it looks like it's what's going to happen. That gap is gone, George.
That is what has happened. We need to know.
I think he's had a moment into the corner.
The Williams are going side by side, and El gets the move done on Edvir.
Does not surprise me. I think.
Oh, and Edvir loses position to the hammer as well. Toto as well.
Yeah.
The hammer Toto has made an amazing recovery so far.
Yeah, he's finally back into this race now, I think. And what's happened to Jelly?
Oh,
the
he's
gap
lost
is
his
6
gap.
tenths. What's happened? It's gone down by a second in one lap. Has he made a mistake? Has he bottled under the pressure?
Is Jelly maybe saving his ERS? And Cam is burning it, maybe.
It does not look like it, George. They're very, very similar. He's just made...
Oh, and the hammer gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
That's 6 seconds now on the Hammer's time penalties, but... Yeah, that's 6-second penalty.
I mean, Keynes just dropped out the 1 second mark, the DRS range.
Jelly would be fighting for this win if he just didn't make that mistake into the pits, but I think that's going to cost him everything. He has to pull away now. He cannot afford to give Cam DRS here, otherwise that will be the end. He will not be able to drop him. Is he going to get away? He seems like...
It seems like it's got the 1 second window. Was it enough? Was it the detection point?
I'll let you know, but he
We'll
has
soon.
to keep pushing. He's he's broken
Cam's
the
like
DRS.
a bit of a mistake there. Keynes is all over the gearbox of that Red Bull. And the Red Bull has not got DRS. Keynes looking down the outside.
Keynes is hungry for that position. Oh, they're going
Let's go side by
each other
side.
through that corner. Are they leaving each other enough room? Yes, they definitely are. The Red Bull, is he going to try and get a better run out the outside? I think he will. Both of them going to be using everything.
They're fighting.
Keynes has made the position.
He's made a position up
Keynes-
now. Wow.
Keynes will be pushing like crazy to catch back up to Jelly. He needs a DRS. I don't think he's going to get it though, which is going to give Cam the perfect opportunity. L is almost in the DRS as well now though. With fresher tyres and a softer compound as well. L is going to fly past them. That gap back up to 1.6. Here comes Cam. I don't think... No, he is.
This Cam
He's
is going for it.
alongside.
He's going to look around the outside. Oh, very close.
And
Now
he's
he's got
made
the
it
inside.
stick.
He's on the
He's
inside
made it
now.
stick here.
But all this fighting is just helping Jelly pull away.
This is exactly what he needed. He has to push like crazy right now. He has to
bit of
win
contact.
on the cards. L cooking like crazy, man. For 129.2. Oh, they've gone deep. I think this is going to be crazy for L. L has made it past Keynes. Keynes going for the dive back down the inside. Cam is going to have to try and defend from the flying wheel. Keynes being forced around the outside, but given enough
Keynes got a
space.
better exit from L.
Keynes will get a much better exit. They're fighting like crazy right now. Jelly has to just hold it now. He has to keep calm, keep pushing. The second he stops pushing, George, that'll be his race over. All of these guys behind him have less ERS. He can push. He just needs to push, George.
Push, push.
He has to give it everything. Everyone behind him low on ERS all the way down to Edvir. They're so close to flashing. The only one with slightly more right now, I think, is Keynes.
These three are definitely fighting a lot for this P2 position.
That P2 right now is net P1. That is the P1 position, so they're giving everything. But if they keep fighting too aggressively, they're going to Jelly. Keynes, though, flying with the power of the DRS. But now L is cleared Cam, and I don't think Cam's going to be able to make it past. Keynes already eating away at the gap that Jelly had. Jelly just to keep pushing. He's got more battery than everyone behind him. Use your battery, Jelly. Push, man. You cannot. The second they get into DRS is when it's over.
Yeah.
That is when his race is over. All he has to do is keep that 9/10 advantage. But it's chunked away, man. In one corner, Keynes has gained 8/10. Could this be the end of Jelly's hopes at his first win in... He has to push, George. He has to push. L is falling away from Keynes now as well. I don't think L has the battery to be fighting this.
No. It's looking very, very close for this last 7 laps of this Grand Prix. Who will get the win? Edvir gets a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings.
Keynes,
and Mohammed and Edvir were side by side for a brief moment there. Mohammed
if Keynes and L, George. Keynes and L get 3-second time penalty. It's on. Never mind, yes. I take it back. I take it back because Jelly's made a mistake. And Keynes is now in the DRS. Keynes on the verge of flashing, and Jelly with 50% battery. All he has to do is press the overtake button and pull away, but I don't think he will. I think he's bottled. And that might be the end. Just turn on the battery, Jelly. Just turn it on. He's not. That's the end. That's the end. That is Jelly's chance of a win over. As Keynes is now firmly in the DRS.
Unless they start fighting as hard as they did before, it isn't looking good for Jelly. Because they are in the DRS.
He's going to be on his rear end by the end of this straight.
Raven, Real Maxwell and Mohammed very close. Is Raven going to go for the move? Mohammed is flashing. They both got DRS. He's looking for the move down the inside. Oh, it's all very close to contact there. Very close.
And Max sees an opportunity, and he's going to make it past Mohammed.
Oh, a bit of contact there.
What a move there from Max. I think there might have been a tiny bit of wheel banging, but it looked clean enough to me. And I think, he did look at it into cops. He did take a look, but I think he thought better of it.
Swister gets another penalty, I believe.
Now Jelly's lead is non-existent. That is his race over.
Oh, Hammer looking down the inside, and he's got the job done so far. But Rebel's fighting down the outside. Cam is fighting the outside for the inside for this next corner. And he gets the position back. He holds on for the P4 position. Extremely close here though, with the top 3. Then Cam and the Hammer very close together as well. Then you got Edvir, Real Maxwell, and Raven very close. Even Andreas. Oh, his Raven goes off, and he's out. Raven is out. No. Is this a safety car? It is. It is. That means then Jelly can get rid of his 5-second time penalty, and I'm pretty sure he'll go onto the soft compounder tyres. So he will lose positions in the pit lane, but can he make them back on the safety car restart?
Thing is, George, you say that, but this is a tricky pit lane. I don't think it clocks Jelly that you need to be extra slow into it. I think we could be on to see another 5-second time penalty in the pit lane. It would not surprise me, and with the grid so tightly bunched up, I don't think it's possible anymore.
Very unlucky for Raven there. I think he was
Yeah.
running P8 at that moment. He just lost it.
He had so much pace on this track. It's just a shame, really. He just got very unlucky.
Loads of people with penalties, so
Keynes has dropped back quite a lot. If they all drop back a little bit, this could help Jelly.
It's a very good opportunity for Spoonie because he's only in P9, but loads of people have got penalties, like 3 seconds and 6 seconds that
Jelly
cannot be removed.
Jelly
has
stayed out.
The top lot are staying out.
What
They're
have
all
we
staying
done?
out.
They've... Oh my!
Cam is in the pits. Cam is in the pits, but he got 5 seconds for speeding. He's got 8 seconds worth of penalties.
I think that might have been a massive bottle. Even on the soft tyres. I know there's a lot of people to overtake, but this track is not hard to overtake, actually.
Yeah, and loads of people got penalties as well. So
Cam's 5-second time penalty, that's going to be the death of his race now, I think. I think what might have happened there is people got scared of the 5-second penalty. I did best not. It is all down to this now, though. I do think the win is between Keynes and L.
yeah,
It's going to be a flat-out race to the finish now.
because Jelly will drop back with them 5 seconds. The Hammer will drop back with his 6 seconds. Even Edvir might drop back a couple of places with the 3 seconds. Well as Real Max, and you got Cam with 8 seconds of penalties. Swistar with 9 seconds of penalties. The safety car really hasn't helped him out.
Yeah, the safety car has mudded a lot of people, but Jelly is in the P1 position. Is this recoverable? Can he drop them by 5 seconds in the next 3 laps? So I do think the safety car will be in this lap.
It might be, or it might be one more. So it might be a 2-lap shootout.
It's one more.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to drop
In
5 seconds in 2 laps to get his maiden win. Will it be Jelly? Will it be Keynes? Will it be L? Could it be the Hammer? Honestly, anyone in the top 4 could win this race. I'm very happy I'm not in this race right now, though, because I would have picked the softs. I would have been fuming.
It's very spicy ending to this Grand Prix. Yep.
If you're in the top 4, right, how much of this is going to be skill and how much of it is just stress, in your opinion?
Mate,
I have a lot of these drivers this might be their first chance at a win. I feel like Keynes has probably won a race before. I can't confirm or deny. I can't confirm if he has, but I would not shock me. So he has won a race before. Yeah, he won France.
Then you got L as well, who I believe is a Tier 2 or Div 2, reserve. He's a reserve driver.
Div 3 main driver, yeah.
So he's had an incredible race today in Div 2.
He's done a monster job, and I think
he could be on for the win as well.
Yeah, he could be. Of course, I do think his tyres are now going to be 4. Just due to the compound he's on and the amount of laps he's done, I think they're going to be struggling the most. You'd assume so, surely.
Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting, I think. It's going to be a very close finish, especially with all the guys with the penalties. They'll want to try and get as big of a gap as possible to everyone else behind them.
100%. Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Spoonie can make a lot of positions here. Everyone else in front with the time penalties, if he can just stay within the windows of them time penalties.
And it will be, I assume, safety car in this lap. It will pop up right about now.
Yeah, we go.
There you go. Now. Eyes on Jelly. The win is highly unlikely.
But it's not impossible.
If he gets the start he needs, and he just pedal to the metal the entire way around these next 2 laps, it is doable. It is doable. Just unlikely. Keynes, though, is going to be right on him. I think he might be It's hard to say when he's going to be going.
Keen's
Safety car
on the
is
rear.
in. He's going to want to try and catch him off guard.
Ben's
He's going.
gone.
He's gone. He's gone. But I don't think Keynes has been quite too caught out by it. In fact, I think Keynes is locked onto his rear end right now.
He is.
He has not chopped Keynes like he wanted to. Keynes now is going to be trying to win this on track. He wants the gap in the cars between him and L and him and Hammer. Jelly's going to be wanting to use all of his battery now. There's no reason to not dump all of it because there's only
the hammer spun! The hammer has spun!
No!
He was in an amazing position, even though he had penalties. And he is spun to the bottom of the grid.
And that is the end of Hammer's race. He's still in, but that's it over.
Very close to his top three. The top three have already dropped P4.
Almost a tail between the top three. Yeah, Keynes probably desperate. He wants to get past Jelly. He wants L. Jelly obviously going to be having hope that they make contact potentially, so that he can run away with this win.
Cam making his way through the grid as well, but he does have 8 seconds worth of penalties. Yellow flag there. I believe that's Hammer.
Bernie has spun. And down this last straight, you're going to want to use all your battery. Every single driver should. There's nothing else to use it on, guys. Use everything you've got. L's going to be going for the move. Oh, he's going to think. He's going to be so desperate. He's going to want to make the move here. Because if he doesn't, then this could be...
Cam going for the move.
Close in this last lap.
Bit of contact there from Cam and Andreas. Little tap. Little left tap.
The fight between the leaders is going to be so close. Use all your battery, guys. Everything you have. Dump it all. You're not going to get another chance. There's no reason not to. Is Al going to go for the move? No, he's not. He's better of it. Oh, and Al is just desperate. He's all over the rear end of every single corner. He's looking, and he's not f***ing. Keynes has got much better.
Real Max's round. Real Max's round as well. Two Mercedes.
It's an disaster for the Mercedes.
What a disaster for the Mercedes. Last lap drama for the team. Absolutely unreal.
George, I don't even think Jelly's got the
past.
podium here. They're not burning the battery. They have 50% left, all of them, and they have not used any of it. Burn it all, guys. There's no point in not. Edvir is going to be attacked. Look at Cam, George. Cam is
flying.
overtaken like 5 cars. The power of those fresh soft tyres. If it was just another lap, he could be there for the win. Mohammed's got another 3-second time penalty. Is Al going to go for the look? This is for the lead. This is for the win.
It looks like Keynes just got the win so far. Unless L does an absolute sensational send.
I think. He's looking
around the outside. He can't do it. Jelly crosses the line in P1 on track, but with a 5-second time penalty, it is Keynes
so far down
who wins the British Grand Prix. LP2, Jelly P. Oh, he drops down to P4. Andreas P3 on the podium, and McLaren is onto the podium.
And what a race from Keynes. Beautiful defending, managed to keep L behind.
Jelly just missed out of the podium by 0.005 of a second.
Jelly will be gutted. He will be absolutely gutted. Such a rookie mistake, speeding into the pits like that. If he didn't, that win would have been his. What a shame.
Very unlucky for Jelly, but an amazing drive from Keynes. Yeah,
what an amazing drive from Keynes.
And an amazing pace throughout the whole race. And yeah, that was one chaotic race, I could tell you that. Jeez. That was...
I am shaking, George. What an end to the race. The rookie Jelly is going to be absolutely gutted. But for Haas and for Keynes, what a result. What an absolute amazing win from him. Managing to defend from L the entire race. They're already giving each other the GGs in chat. Great respect between these two drivers from the looks of things. What a battle they've given us today. And Raven as well, was that? No, it was... Oh wait, it's Jelly's on the...
Jelly got P3 just because of the sprint points, yeah. But
yeah.
If I go to the race results for the race, it is Keynes P1, L P2. Andreas sneaks into P3 by 0.005 of a second because of Jelly's 5-second time penalty. Edver P5, Spoonie P6, Mohammed P7, Cam P8, Ernie P9, Swister P10, Real Max P11, and P12 for the hammer. The two Mercedes guys had so much drama, so many major mistakes in them last 2 laps. And then the 3 people who DNF'd is Raven, Johnny R, and Fig. So, wow, that was a chaotic race. Can be said. A very entertaining race. Very unfortunate for some. Many joy for others. So, but what an entertaining race. Spoonie just didn't have the start and he was on the back foot the whole race. He just didn't have the race he wanted today. But yeah, so
What
a race
amazing
to
racing that
commentate.
we've seen from
Cool.
everyone. I'm just talking to and yeah, we are going to be doing an interview of Keen's. I think we might do a few interviews if you're happy to do that, George.
I'm happy to do that. So chat
I-
will be back in about 2-3 minutes. We'll get everyone
Just while we
into
set
the
this up,
interviews.
Let me. I'm gonna make. Just keep the stream on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a call. I want to get Jelly in as well because he was the provisional winner.
Yeah.
So I do want to see, but I'm gonna add. Keens, and I'm also gonna add L. And if either of them want an interview, who got P3?
I
It was
believe
Andreas.
Andreas, yeah, in the
So
McLaren.
I'm gonna add all of them, and I'm gonna make a little thing. So yeah, guys, if you're in the stream, please add me.
So chat will be back in
Yeah, it's gonna take like a few minutes.
2-3 minutes. But we'll be back with the post-race interviews with the
just
top 3. And yeah, we'll be back shortly.
leave the stream on.
Okay, we are back with the live stream.
So we have our race winner here, Keens. Keens, congratulations on your win today. That was an amazing drive from you. What was going through your head when the safety car came out on those last couple laps?
I'm not gonna lie. There was a bit of panic with do I pit? Do I hold track position? I knew there was a lot of time penalties around me. I had Johnny R in my ear. being the old race engineer he is, and decided to stick it out and just stick on yards and see what they can do.
Yeah, it proved to be the right strategy. Of course, it was definitely a big risk because, of course, if the people behind you, we saw with Cam, who pit onto the softs, he made up like 7 positions from pitting onto the softs. So a bit of a gamble there, but it worked out amazing for you. And of course, you had L breathing down you like the entire time.
Oh, mate, he's rapid. I've not seen him race before. And after quali, I was like, oh, God, here we go. Another spoonie. But no, decided to stick it out and pays off in the end after the spin. So I'm happy with the result.
Yeah, absolutely amazing result from you. And what were you thinking when you saw, of course, when the first safety car came out? What were you thinking when Jelly got the penalty and he was provisional P1 when that happened? What was going through your head?
I can't even lie. I don't even know if I was far up the pack enough to see that. I think I dropped to like P12 when the first safety car come out. So I didn't even see what was going on. Just thought, head down, get going.
Yeah, you made an amazing recovery drive then, especially to finish off with a win. Obviously, we all know you had pace, but anyone who didn't think so, you've definitely disproved today. It's great racing from you, man.
No, appreciate it, mate. And yeah, we go again next week.
Yeah, of course. All right, we'll move on to Chelly now, the Alpine driver. So Keens, you can just
Cheers, lad. All the best.
Yeah,
Well done today, mate.
great job, man. Chelly.
Hello there.
What's that to say, man?
Well, there's certainly some experience under the belt. Sprint race fairly standard. Think pace was good. Managed to hold it pretty well. The race, bit of a different story. Very dodgy first lap. I apologise to anyone if my dodgy line kind of threw anyone off or any damaged front wings, that sort of thing. Yeah, it took a few laps to get used to the heavy fuel and the medium tires. And I think the first safety car came out pretty bang on, if I'm honest. It's unfortunate I got the 5-second penalty. I think that was probably the thing that cost me the win today. But yeah, overall, I think it was a decent race. I want to know what happened up front because obviously I dropped back, struggling a bit on the mediums in the first stint. Yeah, I want to know what happened to Fig and the other guys up front because I just saw Fig in the middle of the road ghosted. I thought I was going to crash into him, and I knew it was going to be a safety car. Yeah, and then just dived into the box, not even thinking about braking. I was just like, right, safety car's out, need to get the hards on, you know. Yeah, unfortunate for Spoonie and Max in front of me. They obviously got messed up by not being able to box so early. But yeah, I think it was a good result overall.
Yeah, the safety car, it came out at the perfect time. I saw Spoonie go straight past the pit lane as the safety car came out, so we couldn't do anything. Saw you dive in. And then obviously I think you the 5-second time penalty definitely it cost you probably the win today. I think Keens probably would have pushed you a lot harder if you didn't have that time penalty, of course.
Yep,
So,
I agree. He was very quick today. Yeah, I think the late teen laps they went decently well. I made a few mistakes around lap 19, lap 20, which allowed them to catch up a bit before the second safety car. But yeah, the guys behind me definitely put a bit of pressure on. So
yeah. Well, you can't be too disheartened. Of course, your first season ever in league racing. You showed you had good pace, and it's a pretty decent result. P4.
yeah, cheers.
P3 overall in points this weekend. So great drive.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see what penalties come out of this as well. Just were there any penalties that come for the guys up front? Well, that were in front of me at the beginning. Because those 2 or 3 safety cars, and then you had the sprint race as well. So there's different things to play out there as well. So
lots of things.
Will be
could
interesting to
happen.
see what the stewards will do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's either way. Great race from you. Congrats on the P4. Shame about
Cheers, man.
the penalty, but yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's it from me.
Yeah,
It is what it
amazing
is.
pace
Just
today.
a couple of mistakes,
So
but yeah.
it's a good improvement from last week as well from Zarenthorpe. So no
Yeah,
wet
of
weather
course, yeah.
today. So yeah, just unlucky with the speeding, and obviously you would have been on the podium, but I think you just got beat by 5 thousandths. I
Yep,
think to
5 thousandths, which
So-
fair play, Andreas. I should have been pushing a bit harder, but that's
very
racing.
close.
So
But yeah, amazing race pace today, and yeah, well done though for the P4. Good points for you in the
cheers.
championship. So I think that will wrap up today's stream. Thank you everyone for watching round 8 of Div 2 in HRA League, and it was around Silverstone. Obviously, Friday we got Div 1, which is around Qatar, and then I believe Div 3 are on Sunday. Jeddah, I think they're at. So that'll be a spicy
Be a
race
fun
to
one.
watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Safety
great.
car galore, most likely. So it'll be very entertaining. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all later.